Hey, hey, hey. I should do that intro, the music. Uh, Here we go. Let's do some chill. The kitchen and bath design, educator, and designer extraordinaire. Yeah, that's right. I'm a teacher and I'm a designer. Yeah, that's right. And I also do these live videos. Ha ha ha, because I'm crazy. A little crazy. It's good to be crazy. You know why? Because otherwise you're going to go crazy. So, today I wanted to talk to you all about paint. I went to a CEU event, and it was a CEU thing or whatever, and it was about Benjamin Moore paint. And I'm not a Benjamin Moore sales rep. This has nothing to do with promoting the product. I'm just talking about this particular product because it's primarily the product that I use, and they have so many different types of paints. I mean, it's incredible. And some of the things that I learned, I didn't know. And I've been in the business for 30 years, and I don't always paint everything. I'll pick out colors, and I know, your eggshell, your satin, your flat, a matte, and satin, eggshell, semi-gloss, high gloss, right? I know the finishes. But then when it comes down to the paint, what it gets very particular. And where do let's think about the interior designers here for a minute. Most people cannot afford an interior designer. So interior designers, for the most part, are not for the masses. It's usually a luxury purchase because we are an extra expense. We do offer, project management, consultation, and, everything you always get what you pay for. And when you hire a designer, everything is going to go smoothly, and you're going to have lots of ideas and everything. They're going to know the vendors, they're going to know the product. So there's a lot to be said for using a professional. And many times as a kitchen and bath designer, I would get involved in picking out the color, but not necessarily specifying the paint itself. I didn't ever really go that far. However, there's so much going on in the paint industry because it's not just your regular Benjamin Moore, Regal, Select, and eggshell, flat, blah, blah, blah. It's all these other different formulas. So I said, well, you know what? I got this big brochure, great brochure from Benjamin Moore. I think it's a great little thing to have in your repertoire. And it just talks about all the different finishes, what they are, and it goes through this nice catalog here, right? So I think that this is good to have in your handy on your desk, because let's face it, sometimes the computer can be quite annoying to have to go constantly into the computer and Google it, where you can just go, oh, let me pick my Benjamin Moore good old fashioned paper thing that I got it, pull it, look for it, pull it, open it, and everything is right there all on one page. The computer is a beautiful, awful, terrible thing. Social media is a beautiful, awful, terrible thing. All of those things. We're all getting social media burnout. And I always wonder, oh, I'm doing these videos, and are they polished enough? Am I presenting good enough? Whatever it is, this is it. What you see is what you get. No one's editing anything. I'm not covering anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm presenting my information to all of you so that you all would understand what's going on in the business and keeping up with the goings on in the business. So I'm not I should probably check out Facebook to see if I'm live. I'm supposed to be live on Instagram. I have no idea if I'm on YouTube or anything else that I'm supposed to be on. So it is what it is. Um, and whatever, right? I can't think about it anymore because everything is so complicated and too polished, a little too polished. Life is not polished, people. Like, we all don't look like somebody who's could be able to wear a naked pantyhose dress, okay? Some people can, but not everybody. In fact, I don't think anybody should wear a naked pantyhose dress. Okay? I'm just saying. Where were the indecent police? The indecent police, where are they? Indecent exposure. I guess in 2025, anything goes. Whatever. Anyway, let's talk paint. So I went on to, let me just get it so that we can see it properly. This one. Okay, here's our product catalog. So we have this Advance on the list. It's Advance interior paint. What is Advance? Advance is actually good for, it's waterborne alkali paint that offers a full durable high-end finishes. It's ideal for doors, trims, cabinetry. Let's see what it's, so it comes in satin, comes in semi-gloss and high gloss. So it's meant for doors and trim, right? It's not coming in matte or an eggshell or anything like that. It's meant for cabinetry and furniture and trim and doors. So that's interesting. I didn't know that they have this Advance paint. So if you want to, maybe somebody is a DIY and they want to paint their own cabinetry, you can get this paint and it's rated for cabinetry. So that's a good paint. So we have Advance, and then we have the Aura. Now, what I learned about the Aura is that it is best for dark colors. It's like their premium paint and has really good pigmentation, and the colors come out really, really rich. So when you're using rich colors or deep colors, the Aura paint in the matte finish is like superior. And it also, when you clean it, you won't have color transfer on your sponge or you're cleaning, so the color won't transfer off, which I think is great, especially if you have like a navy blue or dark green or a rich rose color. So the Bath and Spa in the Aura comes in matte only. Okay, so it's in matte finish only. It's meant for the bathroom and for moist areas. So it has properties to, see what it says here. Ideal for high humidity environments. One thing that's good to know about the Benjamin Moore is that it has 0 VOC. All that information is right on this page. And then you can even get the technical information. Let's say you're doing you're putting a packet together for your vendors or the installers, and you need to supply maybe to the building or to the architect or to anybody the technical information. All of that is readily available on the Benjamin Moore website, which I think is great. So that Aura is good, is matte finish, and it's good. Excuse me. It's good for darker colors. I didn't know that. And here's the Aura interior paint instead of Bath and Spa. So that one is comes in matte and eggshell and satin. So the aura in the regular, not kitchen and bath, it's going to come in these different finishes: semi-gloss, satin, eggshell, and matte. And it's their top of the line color lock technology. It's the ultimate performance for color depth and richness that lasts. So the Aura paint is their top of the line paint, especially for darker colors, like I said, or any color really, but mainly the darker colors come out much more saturated, and the color reflection from the light is better at them. Very complicated, this paint. Then I thought this was interesting. This is the Ben paint, and it's a user-friendly paint. I guess it's more of their um, lower price point. I would say that this is probably a lower price point, of course, than the Aurora is their top of the line one. So the Ben is more user friendly. It comes in the matte, the eggshell, the semi-gloss, and the satin. So I've never used Ben, but it's an interior paint. But their main paint that they use for everything, the most, the primary paint is the Regal Select, right? The Regal Select is typically the type of paint that I use. It's interior durability, washability, and the ability to stand up to everyday wear. So the most paint that I buy is I always go with the Regal Select, and that comes in the flat, matte, eggshell, satin, pearl, and semi-gloss. So the semi-gloss is going to be pretty shiny. Our satin is going to be less shiny. And eggshell is that finish that's in between shiny and flat. Okay, so it just has a little tiny sheen to it. You can use that on trim as well. You don't have to change out eggshell and use a different paint on the trim if you didn't want to. You could go everything with the eggshell finish, which I've done before. And the matte is just a really, really, really flat color with no reflection at all. And then you have your flat. So I guess matte would be more matte than flat. Matte than flat. I suppose maybe the matte is for the darker colors. A little bit confused. Like I said, I'm not the sales rep, but the Regal Select is the one I know, and I've heard of the Aura, but that I did not know that it was specifically better for darker colors. The Advanced, that's also kind of new for me to see that for your doors and trim and whatnot. What does that come in? It comes in satin and semi and high gloss, right? Because there's no matte on that one because it's not for walls or flat. So the Aura, Ben, I guess, is their more starting point in introduction paint brand, paint quality. And this is and then they have this Eco Spec. And Eco Spec, I thought, gee, I didn't know anything about that either. Eco Spec is for green interiors. So if you have a project that you're working on, or in a hospital, or a client that has a lot of health issues, and you want really you have strict parameters that you need, strict guidelines that you need to follow. It's a certified asthma and allergy friendly, green sealed certified, and again, spatter resistant, acrylic, blah, blah, blah. But the main thing is it's a certified asthma and allergy friendly. And that comes in a primer, a flat, an eggshell, and a semi-gloss. So you could see the finishes in some of the types of paint offered are not available, like eggshell and flat and matte and eggshell, satin, semi, and high gloss are not available across the board. It depends on the type of paint that you use. Then they have floor and patio, and then where you have your Regal Select, you're going to go with their kitchen and bathroom premium for any bathrooms or kitchens. It's really better for, oh, that only comes in satin. See the details. Applies easily, exceptional durability, mildew resistant, engineered with Gen X color technology. I actually would not want to use a satin on necessarily on my kitchen walls or my bathroom walls. For that thing, I might go up to the Aura, which would give me my matte and my flat matte finish here for this bath and spa. So that would be the two different things. Would be this is matte and the other one is satin. So see how it changes? You really got to know your paint. It can get very complicated with this paint, what you're picking. Kitchen and Morass ceiling paint. Then they have a paint that's just for a ceiling paint. So we had Benjamin Moore. Yeah, the Regal Select. Oh, and Impervio. That's their alkali paint. So that's a different type of a paint that's usually used on your trims and doors as well. But I think that this is brush from Converse spray gun. I think it's cleanup is a solvent. So that's the main difference between the Impervo for your trim and cabinet doors and everything. So this Advance, that's going to have the different finishes, right? Satin, semi-gloss, and high gloss. Where the and these are water cleanup, where the Impervo is a solvent base cleanup. You need to have like turpentine or terpenoid, something like that, to clean up your brushes for that one. And here we have all these super high, super spec. Goes look at all these paints. I mean, we're not going to use all of these, but should you need to specify something, super spec, I think these are probably more commercial, masonry, ceiling paint, the waterborne ceiling paint. She talked about that. And ultra flat finish designed to hide common ceiling imperfections for look that's virtually flawless. So this ceiling paint is different than the other ceiling paint. This is called that waterborne. What's this say? Waterborne. See the details. Superior hide. It's the flattest finish offered by Benjamin Moore. So I guess if you want a really flat ceiling paint, it's called ultra flat. Okay, so that you would use this on the ceiling. Ample open time, minimal lapping, formulated, minimal spot. Flattest finish. It's so flat, people. It's really, really just flat. Not like the earth, because the earth is not flat. So which was the ceiling paint? We had the Advance, the Bath and Spa, the Aura. Kitchen bath. Moresco. So this Moresco ceiling paint, it's for beautiful white. Diffuses light, obscures minor imperfections. It's excellent hide, extended open time, powder resistant, low VOC, rolls or sprays on easily. So this is flat, and the other one was ultra flat. So the one thing is the way that they add their colors together also. So let me just stop sharing this. Okay. So the thing with the paint is that the way Benjamin Moore mixes all the colors together. A lot of times we go, oh, I'm going to take that Benjamin Moore color, and because it's too expensive, I'm going to do it in a Home Depot Bear paint, let's say. And you go, listen, can you match this color? And you give them the color chip and they put it in the thing and they go, okay, I'm going to match the color. However, the thing with the better paints and the Benjamin Moore paints, and it's the pigments that go into the paint have different ways of reflecting the light. So over the time of the day, the paint will actually look different colors and it will reflect more green, more gray. And the way that you apply the paint against the adjacent paint, or how you want, like, let's say if you have rust color, rusty color, orangey color, oak cabinets, which is in the redder tone, and you want to pop out that color, you would use something with a green undertone, because when you put two opposite colors together, they vibrate, they make each other more dominant. So the opposite of red is green. So if you had the reddish orangey color, um red is green, and if it was orange it would be blue. So green blue, blue green, green, to pop out the color of the cherry cabinets or oak cabinets that are in a honey color or a cherry color, like that. So knowing your colors and how to put your color together. But the Benjamin Moore colors really have a better reflectance in the color. And really, as a designer, what's really important for you to do is, if you're specifying the colors and you do get into, I'm going to paint the trim, I'm going to paint the, let's say I want to paint the trim in the satin and I want it to be in the aura, or we want to be this and that, specify to the painter the paint specifically that you want to use, the color code and everything else, and telling the painter that that's the paint that you've chosen, that's the paint that you are working with. And this has to do with whether it's Sherwin-Williams or Farrell and Ball or whatever those colors, or those better European colors companies. You specify that, and this way you hold him to making sure he goes and buys that paint and doesn't substitute it with a lower quality paint. So if you specify Benjamin Moore, aura, navy blue, blah, blah, blah. And for the trim, you're going to use blah, blah, blah. You need to write it all down. Again, put everything in writing. And then you have the customer sign it, make a copy. You keep the originals, and you give a copy to the contractor. So that's another way of holding yourself harmless. Hold harmless. It's not your fault because everybody signed off on it. So that was just my little thing about the paint. I thought that was interesting. I think with a lot of these darker colors coming along, we're seeing walls that are black, but they look like black, but they could actually be a really, really deep blue black. It could be a green black. It could be a dark brown black. It could, black has many colors of black. So, well, and you have cabinetry painted dark like that, walls that are being painted like that. So I think in that case, I would highly recommend that aura finish, because I think you're going to get a much better, darker color rendering with that quality of paint. And you have that dark, rich of a color. And I think also for cleaning purposes, because if you clean it and you rub off any of the color, that color might get lighter where you cleaned it. I don't know about you, but I go around and clean my walls. I have my house. I clean around my switch plates. I clean where the cats rub against the wall. I clean the scuffs. I just go around and clean. I clean my baseboard. I wipe it down every so often, 2 times a year, give it a good spray and clean everything. So having a darker color and not having color transfer or any kind of a color. You can probably get away with it if it was like a atrium white or dove white. If you clean it a little bit, it's not really going to be so noticeable. But I think if you had a navy blue wall and you sprayed and some of the paint came off on your rag, that you'd see eventually a difference in the color. So that's why I like eggshell on my walls, because I clean them a lot. Not that we're dirty here. I just clean it. And I probably am messy. I'm messy more than dirty. Um I I don't know. I am messy. I'm just messy. Nothing wrong with that. I'm like that organized chaos from who Albert Einstein, organized chaos. All my piles mean something to me. I clean up. I straighten up my piles at the end of the day. I just don't do it every day. Clean. So anyway, ballet's canceled for tomorrow. Sorry, just got a good, because my knee hurts anyway. I wasn't going to go. So anyway, what I'm working on in the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy is putting together these CEU courses and product training, like to get the sales rep from my friend Tony Jeremy. She's going to come and do a paint seminar for me. And I want it all in the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy. It's just really hard to put everything together and get people all coordinated to do what I want to do. I'm going to be doing at least one, maybe two a month of training classes, so that, to me, I'm all about, there was a thread uh, going on, and Melissa Galt, she has her social media. She's a business coach. And somebody was asking something about kitchens and bath design, teaching, whatnot. And somebody mentioned me in her group. They were like, "Oh, Alison Solar teaches and NKBA teaches." And, I teach some of the NKBA guidelines, but other than that, I teach about what I've done and how I've done my business and what I've learned from working with other large corporations and their policies and procedures. That's really basically what I'm going on and what's worked for me and other designers that I've helped and taught over the time, and what I've researched and put together in the last 30 some odd years for, when I first started my business on my own, I didn't know how to organize all of my manual folders. Like, how do I kind of knew, but I didn't know. And I went to and mentored with somebody for the day, and he told me what he did. He said, "Oh, on my folder, I write the number, I write this, and then I put it like that." And I found out some really good information. And he showed me his file system and how he put it like this, like this, like this. And I was like, "Oh, okay, I got it." So I learned from someone else, and that's how come I know how to do it. And I don't want to work with clients anymore. I want to work with designers and teach you how to do it. I only work with clients that I have gotten a project that I want to tackle. But I'm enjoying educating everybody now. So the Kitchen and Bath Design Academy is expanding, and that's kbdacademy.com. And that I'm expanding on that, and it will include all of my core courses. And I'm going to have a private group that we can have a private chat group and ask questions, answer questions, and really expand on that private community of education and designers and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. So keep an eye out for all of those, that information. I'm not one to send emails. I should, but I don't. I write emails. I don't write emails. I'm not consistent. It is what it is. So just know that if you have any subjects that you want to learn about, or that you're interested in knowing more about a product, I want to have Schluter on. I love the Schluter products. I think we need to discuss them as far as bathrooms go. I'm going to be talking and scheduling something with Sub-Zero Wolf to talk about their convection steam oven, maybe their new induction range, and I absolutely love their refrigerators. And then I've got some new material from Cosentino umbrella of products. I've got some new things on there I wanted to talk about. So I have so much that I want to do. I just need to get everybody else to cooperate and get it done with me at the same time. So it's a little bit daunting, but I will get it done, people. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. I haven't given up yet. So anyway, I hope you liked my little thing about the paint. Interesting. And again, I'm not a Benjamin Moore sales rep or anything like that. If I was, I would have a heck of a lot more information to share. I just wanted to let you know the little bit that I did know. And you can take that and expand on that. At least it gave you somewhere to start and have a conversation with your Benjamin Moore sales rep when it comes to helping you specify colors. Don't forget to always reach out to your sales rep, no matter what the product is. If you have any questions, reach out to that local sales rep. And if you don't know your local sales rep, what you do is you call up the company and you say, "Hello, Delta Faucets. I would like to know the name of your local sales rep, not a dealer, but the sales rep that does the territory for New York or wherever you are." You give them their zip code and they can usually pull up your designated sales rep for that area. Mine is New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Long Island, Brooklyn, like that territory right there. So those are usually my sales reps. So you always call the company that you're trying to reach and say, just ask. You can call regular customer service. It doesn't have to be anything, a special phone number or anything. You just call customer service for anybody. Kohler, it could be Kohler, it could be Brizo, it could be American Standard, it could be Schluter. I called today and I got the sales rep for Schluter here in the tri-state area because I want to put together a Schluter product knowledge course. So that's how you call and that's how you get the number, and that's what you do. You ask for the local sales rep, the representative, the company. It could be that it's from TCB Sales, where they rep Roll and this one and that one and other, and they have a bunch of products that they rep, but that's the company that you need to contact, and they're usually your best resort locally because they can support you locally. They can drop off product for you. They're usually available to answer questions. Sales reps should be doing their job and are there to help us as professionals. So don't be afraid to call your sales rep. And if you're a homeowner, you cannot talk to the sales rep. A sales rep will not talk to you. This is meant business to business. We're business to business, people. All right, great. It's been great. It's just been fabulous. It's been just so fabulous. I know we're all getting ready this month to go to KBiz. I will not be attending. I will be attending in spirit. And hopefully I'll get some information from everybody going there and they'll report back to me and let us know what's going on. Okay, great, guys. So listen, do we have a chat? What? Never miss. Hi, what is the subject of this live? Okay. Yeah, it's paint. Let's talk about paint. Okay, guys, listen. I love you.